Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. The session is about finding your fit with the University of Wisconsin, and we're going to begin with introducing EducationUSA. I am just going to share my screen, and let me know if you're able to see my screen. Is everybody able to see my screen?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so what is Education USA? So basically, we are the official source on US higher education. We provide advising in each city, that is Karachi, Lahore, Islamabad, with personalized guidance for students. And the guidance includes, information on pursuing whether it's like an undergraduate program, a graduate program like a master or a PhD program. We also have the Fulbright program, which is a fully funded opportunity to pursue graduate studies in the US, whether it's a master's or PhD program. Scholarship provides tuition fee as well as a monthly stipend, but that covers accommodation and living costs as well as transportation. So, a little bit on EduSA. We are part of the US Department of State and we provide you with accurate, current, and comprehensive information. And we provide resources and guidance to students on how to find the best fit university. And we are organized both in person and virtual sessions like this one to provide you with information that serves your best interest and helps you choose the best program for yourself. So, what kind of services do we offer? We offer one on one advising, and then we also offer free in house or virtual sessions like this one, which are completely free of cost. And we also provide free workshops on the GRE, SAT, and TOEFL. And if you visit our office, you can also have access to our resource library that contains books and guidance material on preparing well for the GRE, SAT, and TOEFL. So we also have a few Lincoln Corners in Punjab. We have one in Lahore, in Sargodha, Faisalabad, Multan, and Bihari. And you can visit any of these Lincoln Corners and get access to resource materials and also use a computer there. So you can register for a free advising service today. You can go to educationusa.pk/register, or you can drop us an email at lahore@educationusa.org with any queries that you might have. You can also follow us on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Instagram. Our handle is at USA Pakistan, and all of our webinars are available on our YouTube page. And feel free to connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, X, and Instagram. And yeah, just a couple of resources for you guys. Our official website is the usembassy.gov, and for the Lahore Consulate and updates on our upcoming events, you can also check the Lahore Consulate. We have a few collaborations with them here and there to organize events, and you can also check out the Lahore Consulate's X and Facebook pages. Thank you so much. So I'll stop sharing my screen now. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to drop them in the Q&A box. And over to you now, Kerryn.
Awesome. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining our session. My name is Kerryn Johnson. I am the International Admissions Counselor at the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire. Then Rashmi, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Thank you so much, Karen. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the session. My name is Rashmi Tyagi, and I'm working in the capacity of recruitment advisor with the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire for South Asia. So all the application, or not only application, all the queries which you will be having regarding the university, I will be your point of contact with respect for the South Asia, and with the respect of onshore team, Karen will be your point of contact. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. So, Rashmi, you can go ahead and share your screen and we'll get started. Today, Rashmi and I are going to talk about how to find your fit and how to start the college search. It can be very daunting. So, first, just a couple of facts about U.S. universities. There are almost 5,000 universities in the U.S. If you want to go to the next slide. Perfect. So almost 5,000 higher education institutions. There's a lot of four-year colleges. There's also a good handful of two-year colleges where you can get an associate's degree. And about 20, if you're looking at ranking, there are about 29% of the top 100 universities in the world are located in the US. So how do you go about? There's so many US universities, and I'm sure you may also be looking at the UK or Australia or other regions as well. So there's so many options. It can be very overwhelming to figure out where should you go, what university is a good fit for you. So Rashmi and I are going to go through and talk about some next steps of how to get started, and how to find your perfect university. So step one, and this is something I like to have all of our students do, is first, before you even start researching universities, um, just think about anywhere from 5 to 10 or more factors that you want to consider when choosing a university. So think of your perfect university. Um, what does that university have? So some factors that you can consider can be anything and everything. Next slide. From the institution size. Do you want a large or a small university? What type of institution do you want? Do you want private, public, profit, nonprofit? Maybe that doesn't matter to you. Location. Of course, you're first going to want to think about country, and then within that country, is there a certain region? The US specifically is a very large country. There are many different pockets. Rashmi will talk about where we're located, but there's the East Coast, there's the West Coast, there's the South, and then we're in the Midwest. So think about location. Also think about language of instruction. What do you want a university that teaches everything in English? Or do you know as another language and you want to learn in Spanish or German or any other language? Program offerings is something you should also be thinking about. What major, what academic program do you want to study? And make sure that the university, when you're looking at universities, that they actually have your program. Housing options. Do you want a university that offers on-campus housing to make things easier? Other things that you may want to consider when looking at institutions are what kind of organizations or extracurricular activities do they offer? Um, Probably most importantly, for some is the cost of attendance. So what is the tuition and fees per year? What scholarships are available? Just, what is your budget is something you should think about, and then only look for universities that fit within that budget. And then, of course, internship and employment opportunities. Where are graduates going after they graduate? Does the university have career support for you to make sure you can help find internships and full-time jobs? Then, of course, maybe one of your priorities for an institution is making sure that the university offers tutoring or writing or math tutoring or any additional support. Maybe you want a university that has an international office that can support you, immigration stuff, and just kind of be there for additional support. So this is a small list of things that you may want to consider. For an example, for me, when I studied abroad, when I was a student, I wanted somewhere that taught in English. I wanted somewhere warm. I would have preferred to have somewhere on the beach. I wanted to make sure that they offered psychology courses. Size, I wanted classes to be under 100 students in a class. I wanted campus, I wanted housing on campus to make it easier. Um, and then I had my budget as well. So those were some things that I was thinking of when I studied abroad as a student. But students will all have very different priorities. Next slide. So once you have created a list of things that your perfect university will have, go ahead and take that list again and rank them from most important to least important. For me, most important was my budget. Of course, I needed a university. So you should look at needs versus wants. What do you need in a university? I need my university to fit within my budget. I need a scholarship to attend. I need my university to have a psychology program. Those are some things that were important to me that I needed that I could not negotiate with. Wants, maybe at the lower of your list, wants, maybe I would like to have somewhere on the beach, but I don't need somewhere near a beach. I want to have a university that has a major international airport. I would like one that has, I played ultimate frisbee in college. I wanted a university that had frisbee clubs, but I didn't need that. So those are things then, as you're looking and making a list of things that you want to consider, think about what you need and what is non-negotiable versus what you just prefer and would like to have. Next slide. So step 3, once you've kind of figure out what you need and want in a university, this is now where you actually start doing your research. There are many places to go. Look online. There's many college fairs. There's college search engines as well. So feel free to just start looking online at different universities. Maybe you're just searching universities in the US with psychology or anything else. Um, College Navigator, that is an excellent resource. A lot of US universities are on there. Also, talk with your guidance counselors. Maybe you have or your teachers at your school, talk to your guidance counselors. If you have a college counselor, great. Talk to your teachers. They may have recommendations. Ask them where they attended. Talk to family, talk to friends. But do not choose a university based on where your friends are going, but you can start to get an idea. And then, of course, Education USA, definitely talk with you, Education USA. They have a lot of relationships with US universities, so they can give you a lot of perspective on what part of the US may be a good fit for you or what universities may be a good fit. So with that said, I'm going to hand it over to Rashmi to talk about our institution a little bit. And as she's talking about that, just think about some of what you need in university and see if ours check off anything on your list.
Thank you so much, Kerryn. I hope that everybody is clear up till step three steps, which Kerryn has shared with you all. And yes, if you do have any question regarding things which Kerryn has shared up till here, please feel free to write your questions into the chat box. We'll make sure that all of your questions are being answered. Being said that, now I will be telling you about University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire. So the very first thing, I'll talk about the location. So we are located in Eau Claire, a city in Wisconsin. If you'll see onto the US map, we are located over here. Over here is Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, and over here is Michigan, which means we are surrounded by the cities where do have quite a good amount of job opportunities, where you can just move around the city and enjoy the city view and other things. Talking about the population, so we do have 70,542 population for the city, and we are 150 kilometer away from Minneapolis St. Paul and 500 kilometer away from Chicago. Here are the few pictures for your reference of our beautiful city. Now, talking about the city itself, so the name of our city is Eau Claire, which is being named on the two main rivers, Eau Claire, which means clear water in French. Also, we have been given the nickname as City of Bridges because there are two main rivers being situated in our city itself. Also, we are regional, we are situated in a city which is a regional medical hub for West Central Wisconsin, which means if you are opting for any of the med related program, your nursing related programs, you will be having quite a good amount of job opportunities available in the city itself. We are also situated in largest sculpture tour in USA. Also, the city is home of Ban Von Ivoire. And here again are the few pictures of the city, a very beautiful city. And also our campus is one of the most beautiful campuses in USA, and in snowfall we look tremendously beautiful. Now, talking about the university, so we founded in 1916, quite an old public institution. We are nicknamed as Wisconsin most beautiful campus, which I just mentioned. Talking about the total number of student population, we have 9,461 in total students on our campus. Out of those, 224 are the international students from 44 countries. Talking about the academics, so we offer more than 200 plus academics. Of course, depending on your choice, on your interest, you can opt any of the academic program. But I can say that the kind of academic program we are offering, it's like you name any of the course and we are offering it for international students. Plus the admission requirement, the application process is quite easy. And talking about the on-campus lifestyle, so that is also something which we are very proud of. We do make sure that students are not feeling homesick, they are being treated like their home. All these kinds of facilities and opportunities is being provided by the university to the students. Now, talking about the cost of attendance, as Kerryn has mentioned, that cost of attendance is something which you would require to keep in mind while choosing for any of the institution for your higher studies. So, 1 year academic tuition fee is which you would require to pay is 32,120. But this fees is excluding scholarship. If you have quite a good merit, you have obtained quite a good scores in your class 12th or in high school, then we do provide you quite a good amount of scholarship. So onto the basis of merit, you can grab up to 8,000 US dollar scholarship for an year, and that is renewable, of course, depending on to the GPA which you are maintaining while your tenure or during your study in the university. We will be renewing your scholarship. And apart from those your merit based scholarship, we do have more than thousands of scholarship, which is departmental and other departments as well. Depending on to your interest or depending on to your profile, we will be offering those kind of scholarships to you as well. And yes, if you want to know furthermore about the scholarship opportunities and the financial aids opportunities, me and Kerryn are always there to help you and to support you onto those questions. And over here are few of our dorms pictures, since we also provide on-campus housing for our students. So just to give you an idea what kinds of dorm we are providing to the students, so we had put in a few pictures for your references. So now talking about the scholarships. So if you are maintaining 3.8 plus GPA, then we will be offering you 8,000 per year scholarship, which is being followed by if you are having GPA 3.65 to 3.79, then we will be offering you 6,000 per year scholarship. Then for 3,000 US dollar per year scholarship, we would require your GPA 3.5 to 3.64 GPA. Apart from this, as I'd mentioned, we have 1,000 plus scholarship, but we do have early deadline, or I would say priority deadline for this scholarship. If you want us to consider you for this scholarship, then you would require to punch in your application for fall semester by February 1st, and for spring semester it is 1st of December. Now, talking about the on-campus employment, because that is something which an international students would also keep in mind while opting for any of the US university for their higher education, that what kind of on-campus job opportunities or part-time opportunities being available to me so that I can manage my finances and funds. So we do offer more than 4,000 on-campus job opportunities, and you will have an opportunity to earn $11 per hour, which is quite comfortable. And as per the student visa regulation, you can work 20 hours per week during your semester year, and during your semester break you can work 40 hours per week. And there are ample amount of job opportunities in different department available for you. Again, uh, depending on to your interest, your caliber, you can opt for any of the part-time job, and you can manage your funds and finances very smartly. Now, talking about the academic programs, so if you want, you can take a screenshot of this particular slide for your reference, or obviously you can visit to our website for for the more details about the programs and about the scholarship. Talking about the few top programs which is being offered by our institution is actuarial sciences, which is one of the best selling program. Then we do have nursing, neurosciences. We do have quite a good amount of business programs as well. Also, our business school is highly ranked and highly accredited, which means a good you will be getting a good degree, at the same time good experience while during your study and during your tenure. You do have an opportunity to opt for one major and one minor, or two major, depending on to your interest. If you want to mix and match any of the course, like I want to go for actuarial sciences but I want to take economics as a minor, you can do that. If you want to go for business economics and you want to take journalism or international business as a minor, that is also an option. So we are pretty flexible. We just want that you should feel comfortable with your courses. You should opt for those courses which does not put much of the stress or strain onto your studies, where you are able to comfortably understand the courses. At the same time, we are very well renowned university onto the research part as well. So majority of our courses will give you an opportunity to conduct a research work as well. About the research work, I will be talking in the upcoming slides, but just to give you an idea about the kind of coursework and the researches and the curriculum we are offering to our international students is something which is hard to match with the other universities. Now, talking about the undergrad research, so we are one of the top universities in US for undergrad research amongst Harvard, Yale, Stanford, and MIT. To be honest, since you are also prospective students who are planning for their higher studies in USA is popular for their research work, no doubt in that. US is amongst the top research university when it comes to QS ranking, but what is the catch over here, that those research work are being popular at master's level, but at our university at Wisconsin-Eau Claire, the students who are getting enrolled in UG program, they will also have an opportunity to work under any of the research program. And these research facilities or these research programs are having the same recognition, same accreditation like any of the master's research program. And if there is any coursework which do get in recognition or get paperwork get published, the student name will be included in that, whosoever has worked into the research work. Then the another USP which we do have is we are one of the three universities in the world who which is having collaboration or research agreement with Mayo Clinic Health System, which is one of which is world's number one hospital system in the world. Now, That does not mean if the student is going for neuroscience, nursing, or any med related coursework, those students will only get an opportunity to work in a Mayo Clinic. If you are a computer science student, if you are any business student, or if you have opted for any of the course where the research work is involved, because let's just take it this way. If there is any organization, say for any IT organization, it's not only computer engineers or software engineers or developers who work into that organization. They do require an administration work. They do an centralized operation teams who do take care of their day-to-day operation. Each and every department do holds a very important position in that particular organization. In the same way, if Mayo Health Clinic is an medical research center or a area where only the medical facilities is being provided, that does not mean that only medical students will get an opportunity to work over there. If you are opting for any computer science, business related course, or any other, you will have all the opportunities or equal opportunities to do an internship over there, to work over there, or whatsoever you want to do. You'll have all the opportunities, as well as the entire support will be given by the institution to you. Now, talking about our few of the research work which our student is doing. So we do have neuroscience and zebrafish at UW-Eau Claire, where we examine zebrafish for examining human brain development and functioning. Then another research work is AI-driven precision medicine for pancreatic cancer, where the use of AI and deep learning algorithm to analyze imagining the data, identifying biomarkers for disease progression, and predict patients' outcome. So you can see what level of research is being conducted in our institution, and all these research is being conducted by UG students, not by PG students. So the kind of exposure we are giving to the students, we are creating the students to enter into the workforce with the experience, not only with just a degree, but with a experience, a good experience in each and every field, which plays a very vital role for you to get a job after your graduation, because at the end of the day, it is the job, or the career opportunity which matters a lot, or I would say return on investment, because there it's certain amount which you are investing to the university, and if the university is not giving you that amount of return of investment, then I would say it is not a win-win situation. But for us, we are providing that kind of opportunities and exposure to the student, so which is a win-win situation for us as well as for the student. Now, talking about the career services, as we are talking about the job opportunities, so we do have dedicated staff to guide the students through the internship and career search programs. We do conduct one-on-one meeting sessions. We do have 8 career fairs on campus each year. So that means you'll have 8 times or 8 opportunities in an year to find a job for yourself, to find a company which is suits best to your curriculum or best to your skills, internship, or even though a networking opportunity, because networking is something which helps you a lot in finding a job for yourself. Then we also provide services for resume and cover letter building workshops. We do help you with all those facilities as well. We do conduct mock interview for you, which prepares you for your real world or for your real job interviews. At the same time, you will be having access to our online platform to connect with companies in US and globally. Now, I would like to explain one thing over here. It is not mandatory that if you have completed your your education in US, then it is not compulsory that you have to get a job over there. Since the degree which you have earned in USA Because of the USA education system, your degree is globally accepted. You can apply for job in anywhere in the world, maybe in Europe, maybe in Dubai, or coming back to your home country, or anywhere in the world, because the kind of exposure, the kind of curriculum, the kind of skills you have inculcated during your degree will help you to get a job anywhere in the world. uh, Also, 70% of our students do participate in an internship program at UW Eau Claire, which again will give you a quite a good amount of opportunity to have a settled career for yourself, or the networking opportunity as well. Now, talking about the outcomes, so we do have 99% of employment rate for our graduates, and I feel very proud to say that most of our graduates are working at a leadership role in one of the top-notch institution, or in a renowned companies, where it is hard for any person to get a job. Our graduates are placed over there, and not only placed, they are doing wonders. They hold a good position like managers, associate managers, or senior managers. Most of them had also, started up their own business startup, so they are startup owners, COOs, CEOs. So such kind of opportunities or such kind of upskillment is being provided by our university to the students. Now, talking about the employment opportunities, so we do give employment in Mayo Clinic. Then we have ESPN, UNICEF, HP, YouTube, Apple, Google, Microsoft. Then we have Caring Bridge. Then we have Hormel Foods, 3M. So all these companies do come to our career fairs, and they pick the students from our campus, and yes, they do wonders in their careers. Now, talking about the student involvement, because it's not the only study which the student will do, something fun, some fun activities will also be required to keep your mind calm, composed, healthy as well. So we do have more than 200 plus student clubs and organization. Depending on your interest and your skill, you can opt for those club. We do have International Student Association, esports club. We do have psychology club, student senate, sustainability club, theater, arts, music. Whatsoever interest you are having, you can join those clubs. And then, talking about the athletics, we are very good in sports and athletics as well. We do have 17 national titles under our name, and we do have 25 sports team. So if any one of you is a sports enthusiastic who wants to play for our Eau Claire team, Wisconsin-Eau Claire team, you are most welcome to be part of our sports team. Then we do have our own banding marching band as well, which do consist of almost 500 members, and we are largest in Midwest and third largest in the country, which we are proud of. And here are the few pictures of our clubs and associations. If you want to see further more pictures, please feel free to visit our university website. You'll get each and every details over there. Now, talking about our students, so here is Priyanka, who is studying as computer science as a major. She has also opted for certificate program in information system. She's from India, and she is founder and president of Namaste India, which is an Indian association club. Like this, we do have clubs for all the nationalities as well. Then we have Sumita from South India, from Mumbai, South India. She is a vice president for Namaste India and intern in Multicultural Services Office as well. And she had also worked as intern in Office of Sustainability. Then we have Tara, who is studying speech, learning, and hearing sciences as a major. She is from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and she's also a member of Namaste India. So such kind of students you will be meeting when you will coming on our campus, and these are just few students. There are lot many opportunities, lot many clubs where the students are involved, and you can also be part of those uh, campuses, sorry, not campuses but clubs. Yes, now with this, I believe I would like to give this stage back to Kerryn.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Rashmi. So, that thanks for the overview. I think that overview is a great example of what kind of questions and what you should be looking for in universities. So, for some of you, maybe you said, yes, I would. Research is actually something that I'm passionate about, or I want to make sure that my university does offer career services so I can get an internship. Maybe there's things that Rashmi talked about that you want in a university. Maybe there's things, and I'm sure there are, that maybe you don't want in a university. Again, not everyone who's attending this webinar is going to say yes to University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire because, again, we are not the best fit for everyone. There is a perfect fit for you. So as you're like attending these webinars, doing your research, like I mentioned in step 3, asking some of these questions, learning more about universities, um, the next step then would be to compare the universities that you've researched. What universities meet your non-negotiables, meet your needs, um, and what ones meet your wants. So start then to shortlist your top choices. Decide how many universities are you going to apply to? Are you going to apply to 5, to 10, to more than 10? But then start to narrow that list down after you've done your research to figure out your top 5 or top 10 list of universities that meet most of the items on your list. So I think by looking at all of these things, having our campus overview is a great example of things that you should be thinking about as you're doing your university research. Next, perfect. And then last but not least is to connect with universities. Um, Doing research, attending webinars are great, but the best way to truly learn about the universities you're applying to and are deciding to enroll in is by actually talking with people at the institution. So, talk with university representatives, talk to admissions counselors like myself or Rashmi, talk to, if you want to talk to a professor, maybe you are interested in neuroscience and you would love to learn more, we can get you connected with a professor in our neuroscience department. If you want to talk to a current student, universities can also get you connected with current students. So maybe you want to talk to someone else from Pakistan, or maybe you want to talk to another international student who is studying actuarial science or business economics or something. That's the best way to truly learn about the university is from another student. And then, of course, alumni, ask if there's any alums. Sometimes we may have alumni in Pakistan, for example. We may have some that are currently doing their internship or work experience in the US that we can connect you with. But we want you to take the time to do all of these steps. So just again, as a refresher, step 1, you're going to want to just think about what you want in a university. Step 2 is to rank those from most to least important. 3 is to do your research. 4 is to shortlist and start to compare universities. And 5 is to connect. Again, this can be a little bit of a longer process. So the earlier you can start your university research, the better. And just know that us universities, we want to connect with you. We want to answer your questions. Um, no email, no WhatsApp is too long. We are more than happy to answer all of those questions just so you can make an informed decision on where to attend because this will be your life for the next 4 to 6 years. So you want to make sure you have a good fit that can truly support you and all of your needs and wants. Awesome. Next slide. And then lastly, I believe is just our contact information here. I am located on campus in the US. Rashmi is located in India. So with time zone, she would be the best person to talk to, and she can help you through the entire process, or at least just, asking questions to figure out if we're a university you want to add to your short list. Um, with that said, I know that there were some questions in the Q&A, so we can go over to those. We have about 20 minutes, so feel free to ask any questions there. I'm sure if you have that question, there's other students in this webinar that have the same question. But thank you all. Okay. Right, you got the Q&A. So Rashmi, if you want, I can read them to you. Go ahead, and we can answer them.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
You can go ahead.
Perfect. So for scholarships, besides GPA, do we offer scholarships or support for international students excelling in sports or extracurriculars?
For your extracurricular, yes, obviously, we would consider your profile. If you have done tremendous in any of this specific field, we'll surely consider your profile for scholarship. Talking about the sports scholarship, so that completely depends on to the department. If sports department fit that you are a good fit for them, and they would like to give you a scholarship, so that is completely into the discretion of the sports department. And if anything else, Karen, you would like to add on to the departmental scholarship, please go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. So yes, there are departmental scholarships, as Rashmi mentioned, maybe like just for computer science students, just for psychology students. But Rashmi also mentioned we have an additional scholarship application that you can submit, and you're automatically applying to hundreds, if not thousands, of scholarships on campus. Part of that scholarship application, we do ask about extracurricular activities. Um, those activities can be anything from being a teacher's guide, or being in a sport or music, or maybe you volunteer or you have another job. It can be anything and everything. Rashmi talked a lot about what extracurricular activities we offer because we want students to be involved in campus. As you can see, some of our current students are very involved. And so we want to make sure on your scholarship application that you are involved and that you'd be a good fit here too. Yes.
Yeah, so next question is, do University of Wisconsin offer only bachelor's program or master's program also? So yes, we do have master's program, but we are more of a UG program university. Being said that, for master's program, most of the master's program for us is being offered online. There are only handful of program which we are offering on campus. But yes, if you are interested in those programs which we are offering on campus, you are most welcome. And our master's program are designed in such way where the students can work as well as study at the same time. So if you want to just stay back in your home country while doing your job, you want to have a degree from University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire master's degree program, we wholeheartedly welcome you. You most welcome to the university to study the online program. But yes, majorly we are focused towards UG programs as of now.
Yes, as of now. All right, so you have a student here, or someone asking about your doctor of physiotherapy graduate with a CGPA of 3.61. Your research is AI and rehabilitation. That's great. How can you craft your SOP to secure a scholarship at Wisconsin? Wow. I mean,
Okay. Yeah, so I would like Karen to answer that.
okay. I was like, I can tell. Okay. Yes. So that's great. So I will say, again, we are primarily an undergraduate institution. Um, if, but I would say, and so we may, again, this is a great example. If you're looking for like a graduate program, we may not be the best fit for you if it's related to physiotherapy or AI, as we only have undergraduate programs. However, if you are looking for like Fulbright opportunities for teaching, we do have some great Fulbright opportunities here if you are interested in that and then doing research. Otherwise, with SOPs, I will say I've read a lot of SOPs. The best thing you can do is be as specific about yourself and your experiences. Um, you can definitely copy and paste SOPs for different universities, but still make sure that you're changing them a little bit to make it specific to our university. The more you can talk about opportunities here that you want to do, the better, because then we know you genuinely want to be a student here. So that's always very important. Um, Also, can you mentioned AI? It is okay sometimes to use AI um, in your SOPs. However, double check it, try to write it first on your own so it still has your voice. We do not want you sounding like a robot. We want you to sound like a real person. Yes.
Nice. So next question is, does Wisconsin University provide good amount of teaching
Mm.
assistants and research assistants opportunity? Yes, we do provide for UG students. We do have quite a good amount of opportunities. And as I mentioned in the presentation, that most of our programs are I would say designed, or the curriculum do have research opportunities inculcated in those programs. So you will get quite a good amount of opportunities, as well as if your as I mentioned, if your research paper do performs very good, very well, and it get published, or your research work get recognized, then your name will be attached into those research papers and your research work. So those kinds of opportunities, those kind of recognition, you will be getting from the university itself.
Yes, great. And what are the most common mistakes that international students make in their applications, including essays, extracurricular descriptions, recommendation letters, and overall presentation, and how can you avoid them? That's a really good question.
Yes.
Do you want me
So
to go or do you want
yeah,
to go?
you can go ahead with that, but I'll just mention,
Yes.
would like to mention one thing. The mistakes which students, common mistakes which students make is that they don't tend to complete their application. They tend to just submit the application with the partial set of documents, which generally delays the decision from the university part. So this is my recommendation. I would say strong recommendation that a student should submit the application with complete set of documents, so that it is easy for university to assess the profile, and if there are any scholarship opportunities or any other opportunities which the students is eligible for. But just because of the partial set of documents, university is not able to make decision onto those things. That is where the student miss onto certain opportunities which they can avail from the university. So yes, I personally recommend that please submit your application with the complete set of documents. And yes, if there are any other common mistakes which the students will are doing, Karen would be the best person to help you out with those things.
I would also say, just to add on to Rashmi, essays, I mentioned copying and pasting. You're probably applying to more than one university. That's okay again to copy and paste. The silliest mistake I see a lot is when you're using the essay for multiple university applications, sometimes you have the wrong university name in your essay. That's something simple that you can double check. But look at that. But I would also say the quality of your application documents. It is much better to send fewer letters of recommendation, fewer documents that are optional than, that are more quality. Sometimes I get 20 certificates for extracurricular activities, and that's a lot of documents for us to go through. So if you can just have, like, for extracurriculars, we don't need a copy of certificates. Just create a full list or like a resume of all of your extracurriculars, a very, very short description. Quality is more important in your application documents than it is the quantity. Um, and then I also saw, Abdullah, you also had another question kind of related about the key qualities and experiences and achievements that you should focus on to stand out in U.S. applications. And actually, you have a couple of really good questions, Abdullah. I love it. Um, yeah, try to stand out. So if you are interested in computer science, try to get involved in extracurriculars that are related to computer science, whether that's a competition in your class or a computer science club or something, because it shows universities more genuine interest in your program that you're applying for. I think that's excellent. And I would say, I'm not just saying this because this is an Education USA webinar, but I also say connect with the Education USA advisors. They've helped thousands of students through applications, and know what universities are looking for, and they can help you narrow down and compile all of your documents. I'll move it back over to you, Rashmi.
Thank you, Kerryn.
Uh-huh.
So the next question is, what about on-campus masters in data science and AI opportunities? So as Kerryn and I had mentioned that we are majorly UG programs university, but fortunately I had an opportunity to meet our computer science department head, Dr. Rahul, last week. And as of now, data science is being offered online for us. But in upcoming academic year, we are planning to go live with on campus with data science, as well as we're gonna add cybersecurity as well. So as of now, we do not have it on campus, but in coming academic year, we will be having it on campus.
Mhm. Awesome. I didn't even know that yet, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I
good.
have 90% marks in my higher secondary and 95% in secondary school. Can I get in computer science and scholarship chances? Of course, you'll get you. The scores are, I would say, very, very, very impressive scores you do have, and you do have a chance to grab a scholarship of 8,000 US dollars per year. Apart from this, uh, since you are interested in computer sciences, so there are a lot many research opportunities available in computer science department, and at the same time the research assistantship is also available for those students. So it is like cherry on the cake for you, that you will be getting an scholarships, a merit based scholarship, as well as departmental scholarship and the research assistantship. So those kind of opportunities are very easily available for you on campus.
Awesome.
Anything which you would like to add, Karen, for computer science?
I think you got that perfectly. No, you got it perfectly.
Great. Okay, so what key qualities, experience, or
Mhm.
achievement should an international student focus on now to stand out in US university application and scholarship opportunities? So, Karen, would you like to take this?
Yeah, so I briefly mentioned some of those, but I would say again, what we're really looking for, and I know Rashmi briefly mentioned this, is we are trying to graduate leaders on campus. So we have a lot of opportunities for you to be a leader on campus. So some key qualities and experiences that we're looking for in the application. Or any leadership roles. So while it's great if you are a part of 10 different clubs and organizations, what's more impressive to us as admissions officers is that maybe you're president or vice president or your team lead in a club. So any of those leadership roles that you have taken on throughout your high school career, that is really where you're going to stand out. So anything leadership that you can do, that's wonderful. I've also seen some in the past year, some applications that stand out to me are those, but also applications where students are talking about current research that they're already doing. So we have some that are already involved in doing in research, and we think that's great because we're like, oh, they would be a wonderful fit for our university because we also offer research. So as you're looking at universities, if the university is well known in research and that's something you're passionate about, try to do that in your secondary and higher secondary school. If you are more interested in internships, try to do more like job shadowing, and talk about that. So it really depends on the university and what your goals and interests are, and you should try to align your experiences with that. And with that too, like the any programs, competitions, or mentorships that we recommend, I think again, anything that's related to your program or related to any other interests. Maybe you're a computer science AI student, do some of those competitions related to that. But if you're also passionate about, I don't know, music or marching band, do something related to that as well. So also don't forget about your other interests in addition to your academics.
Yes, also just adding what Kerryn said, the very first thing, Abdullah, you do have very good questions. I'm really, I feel really
Yeah.
happy after reading your questions. You're so inquisitive. I really feel good about that. What Kerryn has mentioned, no doubt that we will consider all those things. But the only thing which I would like to recommend you, that even though still if you do not have any such competition certificate or any those programs in your profile, we will never judge you onto those things, because we just want you to have the zeal of learning. You should have that idea that even though if you do not know anything about AI, anything about computer science, you can join us. We will train you with that. We will make you understand those things. The only thing which we require from you, that you have to be honest with your profile. You should have those intentions and zeal to learn the things which we are, or the kind of education or the opportunities we are imparting to you. We just require only those things, nothing else. And again, if you have anything additional, it is like icing on the cake or cherry on the cake. As Kerryn has mentioned, it's not only your academics. If there is any other your taste for music or for sports, painting, anything which act as your extracurricular activity, we always welcome you with that, and we'll always consider those activities while taking a decision onto your application. So we consider a holistic profile, not only onto the basis of academics or English, or if you have any work experience. We will consider each and everything of you. So just mention everything which you have done up till now in your academics, in your curriculum. We'll consider each and everything while getting through the decision onto your application.
Mhm. Perfect. All right, we just have a couple minutes here. Okay, well, I'm going to also share my screen one more time. So I know you asked about contact information. I also just want to throw this on here as we're still asking questions. So if you want to take a screenshot, ask questions about, or reach out to us, please feel free to email us or send us a WhatsApp. I'll keep that up there as we continue to answer questions. So let's see, what if a student participated in many things, such as months, debates, language? You've done a lot. So there's no specific genre of extracurriculars. What kind of scholarship would they get if they were to get one? Great question. Um, there are a lot of scholarships, some just based on extracurriculars, some that are just based on your involvement in general. So we have a lot of scholarships that are um, provided by alumni of the university. So some of those requirements may just be is involved in a lot of activities. A student, maybe some are just for international students. That can also help because we also do just have other scholarships we can give out to students if they don't meet the criteria for any of our other scholarships. Those can range from like 1,000 to 4,000 a year in addition to our GPA scholarships. So while I don't have specifics, there are a lot of scholarships that we do offer that are more just general scholarships for students, just because we know they seem like a great student and we just want to issue them a scholarship. Um, and then job opportunities for sociology students, as you said, internships, but those were about data science. Rashmi, do you want to take that or do you want me to take it?
So you'll take that because I might not have that good idea about job
Sure.
opportunities as of now.
In sociology.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, sociology is a very broad program. Within the city of Eau Claire specifically, we have a lot of internship opportunities and volunteer opportunities within that program. So I would say, um, it can be anything from we have a lot of like nonprofit organizations within our community. I interned at a social services office and worked with um, families and lawyers. You can work with nonprofits, homeless shelters. Um, those are some of the examples of some of those as well. Um, so that's kind of where we're at. Sociology is such a big, large general program. But I would say, yes, AI, computer science, we talk about that a lot because that's a popular program. But I would say sociology probably has one of the most internship opportunities just within like a 30-mile radius of campus. Um, and then would it be, and then Abdullah, yes, I got our information shared there. And would it be a bad impression to have done multiple extracurriculars instead of one? No, you can do either. If you have multiple extracurriculars, that's great. That shows you have multiple interests. Um, and you kind of want to explore different areas. Otherwise, if you just have one skilled one, that's also fine. I don't think there's any preferred method. It's more just about that you're involved in general. Mhm. Okay. And yes, we will. I'll make sure to share this webinar with our Education USA team so then they can get that out so we can get that out to all of you. So yes, that would be perfect. Um, yeah, I'll let you hand it back over.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, Karen and Rashmi, for taking the time out for us today. And we hope to have more sessions with you guys in the future. And for all those attending, the webinar recording will be up on our YouTube page at Education USA Pakistan in a couple of days. So check back there. And yeah, thank you so much. And have a great rest of your day, both of your time zones. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, everyone.
So much. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Bye. Take care.